Hey, it's Dave, the top frog with Pondscapes of Charlotte. We are here for another awesome 12-foot pondless waterfall installation, and I got the top tadpole with me. The key to this water feature is sound. They have roads on two sides of them, and they don't like the road noise. If you got a second, we're going to show you what we're doing. We're going to build a retaining wall here with some nice big massive boulders like this one over here. Then we're going to have a waterfall that crashes down, and we have this awesome rock back there. I don't want to give it away yet. It's a beautiful rock that have water running over. We're going to have some water running over the front of that, but a majority of it is going to fall off to the right, facing this viewing area of the patio over on this side. As that water falls off and hits into a pool of water, it's going to make a lot of sound to drown out the road noise, and the back of the big rock is going to be like a sound wall that the sound ricochets or reverberates, I guess you would say, back into the patio area. Our palette is wide open, so we can do whatever we want, which is just awesome.
What's up, pond people, and a big thank you to all the support we've gotten since our last video, and to all the supporters who have been around since before that video as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this next one, and thanks for checking us out again. Let's get right into it. So Dave pretty much just showed up to do that intro and then abandoned us, so it's just Brad and I here, and we are waiting for the excavator to be delivered. It's a little late, so we are trying to find anything and everything to do while we wait. In the meantime, I even cut some of this time lapse out. We were waiting for like an extra hour or two because it was a late delivery, but finally it shows up and we're able to get some work done. The first thing we're going to do with our newly acquired power and strength is, of course, abuse it. So we're just going to get real destructive with it and tear things up. Now, actually, we're going to remove the magnolia trees very gently because they're in our way. And then we're going to go ahead and start scalping the land here. Brad is actually just scraping up the sawed grass, and I'm carrying it away in a wheelbarrow so we can access the dirt area and start digging in the future. I think the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser guy would be pretty proud of the baldness we've achieved here. Now Brad's going to go ahead and use the aqua blocks to measure out and draw our reservoir. I think in another life he could have made good money as a contemporary artist making spray paint squares, but thankfully he chose ponds. Now we can go ahead and start digging out the reservoir with the excavator. However, just like someone who's got gray hair and dyes it back to their quote natural hair color frequently, roots are a problem. You can see the excavator here going full strength, so that's not going to work, and we're going to have to go in by hand with the sawzall and cut out as many of the roots as we can. That way we get the nice flat straight edges we want when building a reservoir, and we can fit in our aqua blocks as well as our vault. Just felt like creeping on Brad for a bit. But as you can see, we got our underlayment in, our liner in, as well as the aqua blocks in the vault. Then we fold everything up nicely into a messy top bun until we come back tomorrow to keep working on it. Alright, started day 2 here, and Dave is back to help work on it all day this time, and he immediately starts working on the plumbing and getting it set in a decent spot for later. The top frog is not only very adept at running a job site, but he's also very skilled on the excavator, so he's kind of the go-to guy when it comes to piloting one of those things when one's on a job site and he is also on the job site. You can see just how skilled he is getting these rocks out of the bucket, and just gonna, sprinkle some dirt on top too while you're at it. Nice. Alright. And now we can finally start putting down some of the bigger boulders, and this thing's actually going to start looking like a water feature.
Yes.
That's what you were looking for?
That's the right side to put out. The other side's just flat and plain.
The rest of this conversation's a little technical, so to translate for you guys, Dave pretty much says, "I'm proud of you, son. That rock's exactly how I wanted it." And Brad's response is, "Thanks. Let's go ahead and get this rock down, though." With that kind of deep bond and understanding, we are just able to just place rock after rock and really get this feature going. We even decided to go ahead and work on the retaining wall in the back, and you can see this absolute Goliath of a rock. And then Brad pops out from behind the bushes like, "It's Brad with TMZ. What do you have to say about recent reports regarding your time in Puerto Rico?" Dave stays nice and focused on the job though. You can see how much trouble this huge rock is giving us. It's so big it's causing a bit of a balancing issue for the excavator, but we get that one settled in place, and we go ahead and strap up some more rocks to add to the retaining wall. This is the process we use for all of the rocks back there. We strap them up, get them set, and then we use some dirt to kind of pack them in place. The next challenge can sometimes be getting those straps out if we accidentally pinch them between two rocks, but thankfully the excavator kind of helped shimmy that one rock out of the way. And we were able to mostly finish up the retaining wall this day, so here it is pretty much done. It's going to provide a nice backdrop for our pond and hold all that dirt in. It was around this time that Brad had to head out for the day, so Dave and I just kind of finished up by getting the biofalls plumbing kind of set and trying to get that positioned correctly. So this is what it looks like at the end of the day today. Alright, start of the next day, and it's just Dave and I. Today is our last day with the excavator, so the main goal is to just get all of these boulders lifted up and over and roughly positioned where we need them to be. I'm not going to make this section too long because you guys are not missing much. It's mostly rock placing, but once we got those boulders in place, we spent the rest of the day pretty much edging, and it was an incredibly hot day. You can see just how soaked Dave is from that sun beating down on him and all the hard work we've been doing. I was working too, but you know, I was also filming him at that time. But anyways, we go ahead and finish up the day by using some water to wash off the patio. Got a little dirty and dusty, and you know, water's good. Water cleans. Water never really hurt anybody, so. So yeah, water's not always the nicest or gentlest thing, and we get back to the job site, and what is this? There's something trapped in one of our garbage bags. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's Chente. Chente is wearing a garbage bag, and he is happy to be wearing a garbage bag. Look at the road behind Chente and the torrential downpour, and that dude is just walking around wearing a garbage bag with a smile on his face. Aside from this being kind of inspirational, Chente does also look like some sort of low-budget superhero. It's kind of got like a cape vibe going on from the back. And I'm not going to claim to understand modern fashion or anything, but I honestly feel like this is the kind of fit that could be featured in the next New York Fashion Week, and people would just be going nuts over it. So I'm not going to be surprised if Chente gets a couple calls from New York in the next weeks.
Couple more? Yeah.
Chente looking a little fatigued after that trek he just made, but now the guys are going to go ahead and start placing some of these rocks. Oh, nice rock placement, Blake, I must say. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. Yep, I guess that was not nice rock placement at all, Blake, and you need to do better next time. So, yeah, just stick over to that area. That's probably safer for you. Chente's clearly got a method to his rock placing, so those rocks he's thrown in the white bucket were not good enough for him. But this rock is nice. This rock gets to go right here, and no other rock does, just that one. It is still raining, it is still sloshy, but the guys are still working, doing a little bit of edging, but you don't want to get too close to Chente while he's edging because you might get bucked. Oh, no, there it is.
All right, guys, so we're out here on a rainy day. We are about to do some edging. The pump's hooked up, the waterfall is foamed, so we're ready for our first trial run to plug it in. Blake, you ready?
Let's do this.
Let's plug it in.
Alright, so this thing is clearly working, which is fantastic. It's really dirty and really not done, but it's always good to make sure it's functional. And it looks more like some sort of tomato soup production plant right now, but this thing's going to be looking clean and clear in no time.
Alright, so it looks like we got some work to do. Some rocks to foam, some touch-up areas, so we're going to get back to it, make this thing look a lot better.
We got Blake working on some edging over on this side, and it's nice to edge with the feature running because it shows you how high the water level is, so it helps prevent you edging too low. However, when it's all rainy and wet like this, it's a little less helpful because the whole liner is already soaked, but you can still visually see where the water level is, which is helpful. We also pushed back these rocks that were up against the patio here because it was kind of damming up the water. Drainage was not working really well there, so we pushed them back so we could build a bit of a trench, and this trench is going to allow the water that falls on the patio to drain into the back of the yard. Believe it or not, but the guys were pretty much able to finish it today. They dressed up that trench a bit. They were battered and broken, but we got it done, and here is the finished product.
Alright, that's a wrap on this one, Dad.
Yeah, we had a great time on this one. Had a beautiful waterfall stone to work with, and then the rest just kind of came together.
We had to build up a huge retaining wall.
Yeah, a classic case of the topography running away from the viewing area, and you want that water coming to you, so you got to do what you got to do to make it happen. It's exactly what the customer's looking for. Avoid some road noise that she's having to deal with.
So now the customer can sit out, have a bonfire on the patio with her friends and family, and enjoy the water feature, which is the goal here, right?
Yeah, I can't wait to help you again.
All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, peace.
Bye.